location of your emergency.
Breaking news out of North Idaho. Moscow police are investigating a homicide on King Road.
Is she breathing?
No.
So 5'10", all black. Could you see what color his eyebrows were or anything like that?
No, I don't remember what his eyes look like either.
Officers discovered the bodies of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Maddie Mogen, and Kaylee Goncalves, but no weapon has been located at this time.
Arrested. That's 28-year-old Bryan Kohberger in custody today.
The Kohberger allegedly stalked one of the victims. That's false.
We do not have evidence that the defendant had direct contact 1122 or with residents of 1122, but we can put his phone in that area. There are many residences in that area. It's a dense population of mostly college-related occupants.
Everything is alleged.
Well, hello. I was not expecting to go live tonight. I was not expecting to go live tonight at all. I have been working on getting a lot of stuff put into the 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. time frame for the 11-12 cameras. And I have been sipping on a Cayman Jacked margarita because I was planning on sitting my ass in this chair and doing nothing but a bunch of editing for the next few hours. But I started to download one of the parts, and I'm having to do it in sections because I'm putting in so many different little screenshots for timestamps of Dylan's Snapchat messages back and forth. And the more little screenshots you put into the editor, the more it sort of like bogs it down. So I'm having to do it in sections. Point is, I went to download one of the sections, and while I was waiting for the download to finish before I started the next one, I got on YouTube and saw that Connor posted a FOIA response. And it happens to be Bryan Kohberger's Amazon history. So it's kind of better that I'm doing this faceless anyway, because look, I'm braless, my hair is in a bun. This was not planned. I did not want to do this, but I also know that this is important and this is information that we've been trying to look at for a super long time. So I did not want to wait, especially since it's the weekend and I have a million things planned for tomorrow with other things. And this is super important and we need to go over it. So I'm going to show you Connor's post. And I think I already put the link in the description box. So here it is here. Let me fix this. See, I need to make this to where hold on. I want this to be to where I'm the smallest thing on the screen, especially when it comes to the spreadsheet, because the rows themselves go really, really far out. There's like several. So I need to make sure that I can put it on the full screen because we're going to have to go over to the left, off to the right quite a bit in order to see everything. So Connor posted this, and it also has the Google Doc link to his version. So here is the Google Drive link that he placed, and this is what it's going to look like. There's 3 tabs. Here's the click activity. It's for March, which we already know there was a purchase in March. We've been waiting to see the original receipt, which no, we still do not technically have the original receipt. And then we have sign-in history. Okay. Now I've sat here since I've seen this, and I've done a couple of highlights on a couple of things. But this again is the original post from Connor. And then I have also given you, no, y'all are insane. Oh my God, I saw y'all saying some crazy shit. No, Canva, Canva is an editor program that I pay a monthly fee for. And Canva has different graphic videos that you can use for things, graphic as in imagery. And I happened to find the little dancing chick. And when I found the song that I use, she just so happened to be moving in a way that pretty much goes with the music pretty perfectly. So I just figured, hey, why not put them together? Does it look like my fat ass? Like, are we serious right now? Y'all are insane. No, it's just a chick from Canva. I don't know if she's animated. I don't know if she's a real model that did a video and they turned her into a little thing from Canva. I don't know. Okay. But no, it's not freaking me. It is not freaking me. Okay. So this is the spreadsheet, and I'll tell you guys now. There's a date on here I am a little bit concerned with, which is another reason why I didn't want to wait, because we need to look at this. I don't like what I'm seeing on 11/15, because that is before the first press conference, and I can't do anything other than be honest and say that I really don't like what I see on 11/15. So we are going to take a look here at what is showing. And again, this is going to be the subscription information over on this side. Let me make sure I have, actually, let me show mine. So this is the one that I have copied over to the Google Drive. I have not done anything in way of the subscription info. The only thing I did on the sign-in history was I bolded, actually this needs to be green right here. This right here for 327. I don't know. I need to ask Connor. I don't know the way that this was worded, and I also do not know the way at this point in time, and I'll look further tomorrow. I have it on my little post-it board. I need to look at the way that the search warrant was written, because they basically end the information 3/27/2022, like after the purchase. Like there's all of this sign-in history while he's looking at different knives, and he finally like makes a decision, gets the sharpener, buys the K-bar with the sheath and blah, 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 right? All the way to 3/27. And then they have one for 11/9/22, which is before the time of the crime. Okay, that is days before 11/13. And then they have 11/15/22, which is a few days after. And this 11/15 date is the one that's giving me a little bit of pause. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to look through all of it before we get to any of that. Now, I will remind you guys again that Bronx Tales did release the mock Amazon purchase that she got from a FOIA. And I have added those to the Google Drive with her name on them. Here is the Google Drive right here. And I have added LE purchase of Amazon items FOIA'd by Bronx Tales True Crime. Now, when she got them, they were in numerical order, and I went in and I labeled them for what they were. I'm a little bit confused, honestly, because we've got two different types of supplements right here. Two different types of vegan supplements. And these are supposed to be from them going into Kohberger's Amazon account and making mirrored duplicate orders in order to get the items from the order that he placed. So this right here, instantly, I'm like, why do we have two different kinds? These are two completely different brands. I'm not really quite sure what's going on with that. So obviously this one is the one that came in because it's coming in a package. And then we have this one. So this one seems to be like, it must be the one they found in the car. It has to be the one they found in the car. I don't really quite understand that part. So then we have the jack. We have the scissor jack. Now these receipts I've mentioned before when we learned about these, that I don't understand what they used at the grand jury, because the grand jury was in May of 2023 and they purchased these items in June. Like the end of May, they got, here's the sharpener. In the end of May, they got a gift card for $130. And then they went in and purchased the K-bar knife, the sharpener, and all the other things in June. So when the state filed an order with the court to go in and take back their grand jury exhibits from the court so they could then submit them for trial, it said that there was like a knife in a sheath that they were using as like an example. And if they didn't order this until June after the grand jury, then I want the information for the ones that they used for the grand jury, because they haven't shown us that. Now, see, again, here's receipts again. See, May 31st, 2023, there's the gift card. And then they go in and they order this stuff June 2nd, 2023. It's all very odd, okay? And this matters because now we have this click history, click activity that's supposed to go with these purchases. Now, what you're going to see when we get over to certain things, we're going to have to open Amazon. You see these numbers right here? These are like serial numbers for Amazon. So I'm going to open up Amazon over in another tab real quick before I switch over so I can get it ready. And I'm not signed in. But we're going to go to all departments. You can see where the last thing I was looking at. We're going to put in this item number right here, and notice it goes to the sharpener, okay? Right here. Now, this shows on the click history that he did not have his VPN on. This was on March 20th, 2022 at 5:37 in the morning. City name says Andreas, but it still shows that he's in Pennsylvania. So maybe he has his VPN on, but maybe not. I'm not really quite sure. Or maybe he was in something called Andreas, Pennsylvania. Let me see if that's even a place. Hold on. I'm sure it is. Hold on a second. I don't know how close that is to Albrightsville. So we're going to take a look. Google Maps. Andreas, Pennsylvania. Okay. All right, so Albrightsville, Pennsylvania is up here. And Andreas, Pennsylvania seems to be all the way down here. It's about 35 minutes, I guess. 33, 35 minutes away. So he could have very well not even been home, or he could have been using a VPN to move to this area. The VPNs that I use, they don't do small towns. It's usually bigger cities. So there's that. There is that. He might have not even been home when he was in this area the first time that he was looking over on Amazon for this right here. So you see that it's where he was for the majority of these that he was looking at. Now we do have, let's keep it where it says Pennsylvania. Now we do have it right here. It looks like this is where it's being maybe purchased. Now, I will say, I went through all of this, and granted, I don't understand every little thing that I'm looking at, other than I know what URLs are. I understand that it's serial numbers. I understand the country codes. I'm intelligent enough to be able to see pretty much what I'm looking at. Now, again, no expert, not claiming to be an expert for any of the guilters who are going to try to act like dumb shits now all of a sudden, because I already see it coming. But I will say this again. I went through all of the words on this. For the majority, I took a few minutes to go through all of the lines. I don't see anything about deleting history, deleting an item. It looks like maybe going back and looking at past purchases. Maybe I missed it because, again, I haven't really looked at everything so in depth. This literally just released. And again, I had no plan on coming out tonight. I was doing a bunch of video editing, trying to put some details together. I mean, listen. That's literally the damn broken plead book that's been sitting here. Now I need to get it out of my way because it's just been sitting here and on top of my keyboard the entire time. This is supposed to show what they want us to believe is him deleting stuff, is what I'm understanding. Because you would suspect that it would be in here. I don't see that. we might see it together looking through here. Again, there's no way that you can delete anything off of Amazon that I have found. I have done several different searches. I have gone into their troubleshooting pages. I have gone into their help me pages. There's some support pages. I have done keywords and tried to find a million different things. The only thing that I can find is that you can archive orders for when you share accounts for like gift giving so that people don't see you buying them stuff. But as for actually deleting anything, you cannot delete. I have about I think I have like 2 videos on my phone where I was looking through things and putting in different keywords and like trying to figure everything out and could not find anything that told me that you could delete anything. And I just haven't posted them yet. The only other option I had again was to basically get on a phone call and like record the call and just ask somebody, not just a normal rep, but like somebody in IT or somebody higher up, like, is there any way possible? Because I am not seeing it and I can't see it. As far as I can understand, I can't find a single way to delete anything off of Amazon. So when they say that, I question how they know that. Now, I will say there are parts on here that show some sort of like chat, but it doesn't show what was being chatted. So they could maybe try to say that he asked a chat bot if there's a way to delete purchase history, but I can't find it myself. And it definitely doesn't say anything in here about deletion. I'll just say that from like a preface standpoint. Okay. So then we have this other serial number. Let's go in here and see what this item is right here. And of course it tells you right here, this should be the K-bar 1213 black straight with sheath. And this other one was the 9926 K-bar sharpener. And now again, where it has the straight blade sheath, it also has checkout. So I don't know if that means he's actually buying it yet, because it also shows on different dates. Like this goes on for a couple of days and it pretty much shows the same thing. He's going through different ones and it looks like it says checkout for almost every single one. Like he's maybe putting it in checkout and then maybe he's going to do a comparison before he finally actually checks out the item. But that's why I want to go through all of these and click on the different numbers right here to see what it was that he was looking at. So now this one should be for, I'm assuming, the actual knife. So let's go here and put in this number. Yep, there's just a knife right there with no sheath. Oh, actually it says with hard sheath. Oh, okay. So one of these plastic sheaths. So this is one of the ones that he was looking at, was a K-bar with a hard plastic sheath like this, not one with leather. Okay, so that was an option that he seems to have been looking at. Alrighty. Now, I don't know. I honestly, like, I don't really know, like, the difference between these two things right here. So I do notice that this is a different number right here that he was looking at. So this is now a third item. Right here. This is now a third item. Different number that he is looking at. So now we're going to go back to Amazon. Let's put it in here. Okay, so this is the one with the leather sheath. This is pretty much the exact same one that we have been looking at the whole time. Now, again, I don't remember for some reason, and I don't know why. It could just be my brain, okay? I've got a lot of PTSD, and it's very possible that it just doesn't work properly, you know. I just don't remember the blade of the one that we were looking at being black. I remember there being some serrations down in this area, like not in the very tip, but maybe more like down here. That's what I could have sworn. That's what I could have sworn. I don't remember it being black, and I remember there being serrations further down on the blade. That's just how I remember it. I could be remembering wrong, but I remember that being how they sort of showed us example-wise. But the sheath has always looked the same. Now, this one right here, for it being on here as part of the sale and it being, like, messed up right here is interesting. I mean, look how worn this thing looks. And this is on their website to sell it. Look, it's got a crack right here in the hole, like it's been pulled on. Look at the wear and tear on this thing. Why in the world is that on your cell site? Why in the world is that on your cell site? Okay, so let's go back over here and see what else he was looking at. And see, again, it says like shopping aids, fetch shopping aids, and then checkout turbo initiate, almost like under every one of them. So again, I was wondering if he was putting them in his cart. See, it says shopping cart, shopping aids, shopping cart. I wonder if he was putting them in there just to like put them all in there so he could sort of look. I'll say this: when I'm doing some sort of like comparison shopping on Amazon or like literally anywhere, I'll put them all in the cart together and then sort of like look at them like in a list together. So maybe that's what he was doing here, looking at different kind. I don't know. Okay, let's see. What I really need to see is where he actually made the final purchase, which is probably going to be further down. Let's just make sure. H53Q, 53Q, 53Q. Okay, so now here he is right here going to Google, and I guess he's looking up another thing right here. This is a, what does this say? Pivot lube oil. Okay, so now let's check Amazon for that one, even though it's on Google. This is an Amazon. This is an Amazon serial number. No, that's the same number. Hold on a second. Copy. Paste. Okay, knife oil. So he was looking up different knife oil, I guess. Now, I don't remember them claiming that he bought any knife oil. So this is interesting. Knife oil. Yeah, you wouldn't really need knife oil if you weren't buying one that had a switchblade, technically. So that's interesting that he was looking at knife oil. Okay, that's the exact same. MPG. Okay. So now it looks like down here, what date is this one? All 320. Now I did separate the dates. So when we get to a white bar, it's going to be a separation of date. I need to remind myself of that. Okay. So is that the stuff we just looked at? Okay, that's the lube stuff. MPG. Okay, so here again, we have the 53Q6M. It's the same one with the sheath. What is this 25C? Okay, so this is a sharpener. So he's looking back in his cart once again. So where is the page that actually shows him like checking out actually? I mean, I'm going to assume it's the very last. See how like the add to cart. Okay. Add to cart. There's the sharpener. Okay, order details. So this must be where he's checking out with order details and then summary. Okay, order details. So, okay, 320. It seems to be when maybe it was purchased. It's hard to tell, but it looks like it would be because now it's an order. Now it's considered an order. Now it's considered an order. So then on 321, see, so on 320, it ends at 15:05 hours. What is that? 7:05 p.m. And then on 321, around, what is that? 9:02 p.m. He gets back on Amazon. And it looks like he's looking at his order history. See your orders, order history. And again, for this one, this is what it's showing that was actually ordered. So we'll go back up here and put that one in one more time. This is the one. This is the one they're saying that he actually ordered with this thing. It looks very similar. It looks like it's the same. I don't see any differences in the emblem. Ooh, look how off that is. That would throw my OCD all the hell the way off. Look at that. Look how off that print is. Oh my God. I would ask for a full refund just for that. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's not even an exaggeration. Both the top and the bottom are off way too much for me. No, that'd be an instant refund. I don't give a damn. That'd be an instant ass refund. Okay, so I don't know what this 10609, unless this is an Amazon order number. Let me look at my Amazon account on my Fizzone. Let me look. Okay, so I have obviously need to say this publicly because I'm getting a lot of comments about this. I'm not going to bombard Bryan Kohberger's sister with any questions about any sort of fundraising for anything or anything at all. If and when they're ready for that, I'm pretty sure they will approach people for that. So let's not keep trying to do all of that. I know that people want to help with stuff, but we don't need to bombard them with things. I just had like 3 different messages on 3 different platforms, literally just now looking at my phone, all about the same subject. And now I can't remember what the hell I came over here to look at. Okay, Amazon. I'm pretty sure that the ones that start with a 1 are an Amazon purchase number. So let me check and make sure from looking at my own stuff that that's actually what that is. Do they start with 1s? Go to my account, orders. What's the last thing I ordered? An ear cleaner with a camera. Let's see. Yes. So the order numbers do have 3 digits with a dash and then a whole bunch of numbers and a dash and a whole bunch of numbers. So this number right here would be the official order number for the purchase. This 106-0966870-4477038. That would be the exact order number for which one though. Okay, so for the knife with the sheath, look at these different, okay, there's a whole nother order number right here. This one's 2154634. And then down here, there is 1953810. And they all have the exact same item number. Okay, well, we know he apparently bought the knife and sheath and also the sharpener and vegan supplements at the same time. The funny part about that, though, is that none of these item numbers that they gave us are for a vegan supplement. None of these item numbers here are for a vegan supplement. So now we're still on 320 from showing up right here. Yeah, they don't even show the vegan supplement. That's a little that's interesting. Why wouldn't you show us the vegan supplement? I don't know what this Ajax thing is for. I guess it maybe is just mobile image gallery. Like, is he saving pictures to his phone? Is that what that means? That he's saving pictures to his phone? Okay, so then again, yeah, still same with order history, showing his order history. Then he goes back in on the 22nd, and again, it's showing Andreas, Pennsylvania. So maybe that's just what it says when he's at his parents' house. I don't know, but 30 minutes away seems a little crazy. Looking at order details again, this is the exact same order. I mean, the exact same. See, and then checkout turbo initiate. So did he know? This is very weird. Order history. See, conversation chat box configuration, progress tracker, package tracker. So he's checking. Okay, so he's just over here checking his tracking on his packages because he doesn't want his shit to get lost. That's the sharpener right there. So why are they not giving us the item number for the vegan supplements? That's really strange. That's really odd. Then we have 323. Progress tracker, he's still checking his package. He checked it at 1811, at 1142. Yeah, it looks like he's just checking to see where his shit's at. Then he's looking at the reviews for the knife right here. Item reviews. I tried to look at some of the reviews. It only lets you see like the very like original ones, not original ones, the very like initial ones on the page before it makes you sign in. And I don't want to sign in here. Okay, so then right here, this is a different number right here. Is this going to be the vegan supplements for the first time? Let's see. This number doesn't look familiar. Oh, holy shit. What is this? What is this? What did he do with this? Did he buy this thing? I don't think he bought this thing. It looks like he was looking at it. But it looks like it slipped in between VPN and no VPN. Because see, there's like one California where it's typed in exclusive Marine Combat Sword Sheath. Checkout Turbo Initiate. See detailed checkout. Is this the one he bought? Now I'm a little confused. 139. Is this an order number? Is this an order number? Did he purchase this freaking crazy? Did he purchase this one? I need somebody to help me understand why this is giving me an order number. This is an order number. Is that not an order number? This looks like a freaking order number. Maybe not. Maybe it's just part of the URL. Yeah, see how it pops up right here? Oh my God. I mean, this one is like something I'd probably put on my wall just to scare people with. Damn, that's cray-cray. US 1942. That's like back in like bayonet days. OMG, but what an AI guy. That's crazy. How did he even see that? See, I'm very confuzzled. Because see how it says check out Turbo Initiate. Check out Turbo Initiate. When it comes to this big ass sword. Did he buy a freaking sword? Check detail eligibility. Shopping AI. Did he buy a sword? Okay, so now we're getting to the dates that I'm like, okay, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. It was just odd that on the 15th, it shows him going back in and looking at Amazon. And it could just be the way they have the dates on here. But I will also admit that I haven't seen anything on here that says that it's for anything specific. Now, other than this right here is the exact same number that we've already looked at for this. So on the 15th, which is 2 days after the crime, and 1 day before the first press conference, which the 16th is apparently the first day that he Googles the crime. So not before the 911 call like Steve Goncalves has tried to say this whole time. He actually Googled it for the very first time on the 16th, the same day as the press conference. But with his VPN on to a California location, he's going in and he's, I guess, looking at his order history for his knife and his sheath. So that's why I have it in black and red, because it's the only thing I found a little odd. Because I don't know why you would go back and look at that. But I will also say this. There was a lot of talk going on between those two small towns. And this is 2 days after the murders. And we saw on the body cam, these police officers themselves, these men officers, getting on the phone and gossiping, talking to each other and gossiping about things. So it's very possible that somebody at the school had a conversation and said, oh my God, they found a knife sheath, a Marine Corps K-bar knife sheath at the scene. And maybe he went back and looked. I don't know. But this date right here, I highlighted it the way I highlighted it because I found it a bit strange. And we are honest over everything because we only care about the damn truth, regardless of what the freaking truth actually is. And I will tell you now, this part right here gives me pause of him going back and checking his account for this exact item. Now, he doesn't go back in to Amazon again until 11/23. And he does it through a VPN again, but this time a different location. It puts him with him in Hermosa Beach, California. And it looks like he is going back into looking at the product one more time, but it looks like he's looking at different kind this time. At least in way of this 1317, I think, is a bit different than the last one. But I'm pretty positive this is the same number. Let me check one more time. Pretty sure it's the same one. Yeah, it's the same one. So then let's check this. Is this another one? No, right here. Let's check this other one right here. Let's see what this is. So right here, it looks like he was looking up just a knife itself. Does this one not come with any sheath at all? Well, right here it shows, okay, so it says with sheath right here, brown 12-inch. Oh, this one's a bit different. What the hell is that? Has a different insignia on it. Clean New York. Now the rest of this looks the same, but this is a different emblem on it. See, this is like a dog head with crossbones. That's definitely different. Age range teens and adults. Can we not gear knife purchases on Amazon towards teenagers? I mean, can we not? That's crazy. Okay, so then we have him looking up this one right here with a different number. So let's see what this one is. Just a sheath by itself. Replacement sheath is literally what it's called. Interesting. Now, see, this one has its print right. So he was going in and looking up different kinds of K-bars, it looks like, because these are a little bit different than the one that it shows that he purchased previously. Now let's see what these pages look like. Okay, so this is check out Turbo. Reviews. Look at these long ass websites. Will it do anything or will it not? Because I'm not like logged in or the purchaser. Hold on, let me see what this does. Okay, so it goes straight to this right here. Just goes straight back to the website. Interesting. $32 negative. Value for money, appearance, sheath quality, well, durability. Interesting. Okay. So that was him, I guess, like looking up reviews and stuff like that. Let's see. Okay. So then we have nothing again until 12/6, from 11/23/22 to 12/6. Like I mentioned. So I don't know if they purposely didn't place anything here or if he actually just didn't shop on Amazon at all. But I also find it interesting that they like only gave us like a few days for March, because as far as we are understanding, there was a lot more purchases around that time. So I kind of wish they would have given us everything. I really wish they would have given us everything. Okay, so let's see the rest. Okay, so again, this is 12/6. Now he has it placing him in Anaheim, California with his VPN. Now, this one is this the regular one again? I'm pretty positive it is because it's the Q6M. Yeah. So this one right here is the normal one, the original one. That's the original one. And then we have right here again a different item number. So let's see. Ooh. Let's see what this one is. You're going to hear my son. He's laughing like a hyena in there. Okay, so this is again just a knife by itself. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it's another one that has it all off center. Is it this? Oh. Okay. Okay. So then we have, let's see, is it the same one? The what? BYAM? Yeah. And see, this one is serrated, it says right here. This next one that gets looked at, this 3Q6W. See, and this is how I remember. I remember them showing us a silver blade with serrations. Does anybody else remember that? When they're giving us an example of the knife sheath, of the knife itself that they think was used. Do you guys remember them showing us one that was more silver bladed and then also had these little serrations? So I'm really confused as to why we're seeing one with the black. Like, if his order is a black one, why weren't they showing us a black bladed K-bar? Why have they been showing us a silver one? I don't understand why they were doing that. It's super annoying. Sorry, I've been ignoring all this over here. I've been trying to just look at this damn spreadsheet. Thank you for all these jewels, guys. Jewels for jewels. Reminder, click history is not order history. Correct, it's not. That's why we're trying to figure out what the frick it says. Like, we know he ordered one. Like, we can't deny the fact he ordered one. We have to be real. We know that they have said that he has ordered one. There's order history. The defense team themselves are not denying that he ordered one. But it's not abnormal. How many officers that weekend went off and were hunting that weekend? How many people in the fraternity life of that campus in Idaho itself have K-bar knives? I mean, it's so freaking normal for people to own this kind of thing. My dad has several different K-bar knives. I have several different knives myself. I have several different weapons myself. So none of this is shocking. None of this is shocking at all. I am still just going to say I need some sort of explanation for him going in and checking on his purchase history for the K-bar and the sheath on the 15th. Like I need somebody at the school to have had a discussion with him. I need an explanation. So if this goes back to trial, which it freaking needs to, because this is honestly the only thing besides anything that's been giving me pause. Like I can talk away the touch DNA, transfer DNA, trace DNA, whatever anybody wants to call it all day long until I'm blue in the face. That's fine. Even this, I still can give an excuse for. I need to know who he was talking to. I need to know what group chats he might have been in that we haven't maybe seen anything about. I need to know what discussions he was having with people. Because while we do know that he was gone on the 17th because he had appointments, doctor's appointment, hair appointment, stuff we knew he had, he still went to class up until the 17th. So that means that he was in class on the 14th, on the 15th, on the 16th. So what was the conversation? What was being said? Did somebody word of mouth wise in some, group of people over in Moscow get wind, of conversation about the knife sheath being found at the scene? Because again, we saw a bunch of gossipy little gooses, a bunch of gossipy gooses over there talking to people and telling people all kind of stuff. So there's no telling. Plus he's in the criminology field. And plus we also know that the campuses have courses between each other and a lot of people were talking. So the fact that a sheath was found at the scene was probably going around with the locals at this time. And he might have just been looking to see like, holy shit, I wonder if it looks like mine. It kind of sounds like what they described that mine kind of looks like. That very well could be this right here. If he wasn't a criminology student and didn't have actually access to a police department that was actively helping with things, regardless of what they try to act like, and that wasn't actively talking about stuff, then this would probably look a lot weirder than it does. But I still need an explanation for it because it is only 2 days later. And I'm not afraid to say this kind of gives me pause and I need an explanation. Who was he talking to? Were there other conversations in his phone that we haven't seen? Was there correspondence between other people that we don't know about? What got him looking at this on the 15th? Because again, the press conference wasn't until the 16th. There had to have been something that got him looking at this on the 15th. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships, Tracy. Congratulations to those who got those 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome back, Book Girl Brown. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, Into the Weeds. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you for the 10 accomplished day. From my understanding, Julez page type shows he only hit checkout, confirm order AW once March 20th for the K-bar sharpener. Multiple your orders hits or just checking existing orders afterwards. So you're saying that from what you're seeing, it's only the sharpener? That's interesting. Okay. Thank you for the jewels. Thank you for the jewels. Welcome, K Suzo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the 5 witchy was. Click activity captures scripts, code, and images auto-populated by Amazon. It logs certain things that are visible on Amazon pages we visit. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of this is just going to be stuff that he's looking at, but again, like, I don't care that he actually bought one. I don't care that he bought it, he has a K-bar. That's 1.5 million freaking people own K-bars. That doesn't bother me whatsoever. What I need to know is everything after the fact. So, again, I don't see also anything that shows he tried to delete shit. I don't see. Let me see if I can find those little videos. Actually, fuck those goddamn videos. Let me see. I'll just pull it up right here. Hold on. Can I go to Amazon itself? Hold on. Let me see if I can. Will it let me actually access? No. I want to be able to access the questions and the troubleshooting like without signing in. No, not customer service, really. I go down at the bottom. edit your browsing history, review your Alexa history, cancel an accidental purchase, delete voice and text chat history in the Alexa app, ask Alexa to delete your voice history, order history, archived orders, yeah, buy and remove Kindle content. Yeah, you can't delete purchase history. I don't know what they were doing, trying to tell us that he was going in and trying to delete stuff. Because I don't even see where he was hitting an archive button. Oh, this is a different item right here, I think. I don't think we've seen this one. Oh, that's a different kind of sheath. This just says straight knife. But this is definitely not a knife. This is just a sheath, and it has design on it, and you don't get to see the other side. I'm assuming that they both are the same. So it looks like he is maybe looking at this one too. So is this why they're trying to say that he was looking for a replacement sheath because he was looking at different kinds? This is another one right here. I think this is another one right here. This is a different number. I don't remember this number. Copy. Share this tab instead. Let's see what this is. Yeah, just the knife. But this one says USMC is just flipped. It's just flipped over. And then there's this one right here. A different number. Let's see what this one says. Oh, $5 more. See, this one has those serrations. This is what, man, right here, but silver. Right here, but silver is what I remember them showing us as an example. As an example, silver with serrations and these cuts. Also notice that the knobs at the end are different. Like the butts of them are different. Yeah, it looks like he was just looking at random stuff. Is this one we saw? Oh, that's the one we're on right now. Oh, and then there's one more right here. Yeah, all these right here are on 12/6/22, where these numbers were looked at. So it's like separate stuff. See, even this one, this is an actual K-bar one. Like it doesn't have like a pattern design. I think we saw this one already. Yeah. How many different numbers have we looked up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it shows that we've looked up 9 different serial numbers for things that were being looked at here. Did we look at that one? Yeah, we did. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing where things were being deleted. I'm not seeing where, see, like, I don't see the cart information. Like I see checkout turbo right here. What order? What day was this? This is 11/22. I see this part right here, but that doesn't tell me much of anything besides him looking at his own orders. They also have never produced anything saying that he has purchased another sheath. Yeah, I need them to give me better info for that. Serrated, straight blade, different kinds. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was hearing things and trying to see like which one it would be. Would it be the serrated one? Would it be the straight blade one? I just know that they were showing us a knife that had serrations in the blade. That's how I remember it. And the one that he has purchased is a straight blade. Now, I don't know why the frick it seems like every single time he went to go log in March, it's a sign in because it shows sign in history. But it doesn't have sign in history for 12/6/22 or for the 22nd. And it shows that he signed back into Amazon on 11/9. But what happened in between March 27th and November 9th? Like, I know damn well that can't be the only purchases ever. We know that he made other purchases, the Cartman purchase, the scissor jack purchase. Like, we know that he made a bunch of hiking like item purchases. So I don't really like how they just gave us that. But yeah, I don't see anything on here showing that he tried to delete anything. Let's see what these websites do. Like, I'm pretty sure we've already like seen exactly. Yeah. And then we take the next one. Okay. Yeah, pretty much all the same stuff we've seen. But we're going to take them straight from the websites listed in the spreadsheet. Okay. And then there's this one. Customer usually keeps this item. I think this is almost the same thing. Mm-hmm. Here's that pattern one. I just want to go through the websites themselves and see if it lets me actually click on the website itself. Or if they are like, they only pertain to his account. Yeah, I think they're going to let me click on them for the majority. Looks like the same thing. Yeah, see, this one's serrations are just a bit different. Even in the first, even in the one that we looked at all the way down here, the serrations for this one are different. So even different versions of serrated ones and different versions of straight bars, it seems that we're being looked at. See, and here's a straight barred one right here. Okay, then we're going to jump up here. No, not paste. Control Z. Now copy. And that one's this one. It seems to be the same thing. Okay, so we're going to take the next one. Okay, same thing pretty much, yeah. It seems like these are all the same right here. These next two are the exact same one. So we're going to go here. Check this one. I know we've gone through the numbers themselves, but now I'm going through the websites themselves. You know, gotta be thorough. see what it shows us. Okay, so there's just the sheath itself. Okay. Now this one. Just the sheath itself again. The blade, straight edge, no serrations. Now we're into, are we back up on November 22nd? Yeah, we're on November 22nd. Straight edge, yeah. Anyway, I don't think we need to go through every single one of them, because it seems to be just going back to the exact same items we've already looked at. Let's try this one. Well, see, this one says account fix-up. This is the one that he went to. See? Oh, shit. Hold on. Maybe stop sharing. When I click on the account fix-up one, it wants me to sign in. Because there was something, I don't know, there's something that was going on with the account itself. But let's try this one. Let's see what it does. Okay, yeah. Back to the one for 104 with the misprint. And I'm pretty positive that this other one is the same website. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Again, like I said, we already knew that there was a purchase. This doesn't bother me. Millions of people own this knife. This doesn't bother me at all. The only problem I have still is the 1115 going back in and checking account stuff. This bothers me. It just does. I mean, I'm not going to be dishonest about it just because people think I think one way or another. I don't like this right here. So I need an explanation for this. I need an explanation for this. And we know small town gossip, college town, sororities, Snapchats, group chats, all the bullshit. Okay, I get it. That's why we need to know if there was a conversation we don't know about in his phone, if there was a conversation at the school that maybe we don't know about. Like, did somebody say something about there being a USMC K-bar knife sheath found at the scene? And it very well could be. Because, again, we saw how gossipy the guys were. They'd get phone calls from wives. The wives were calling all kind of people. People were telling people all kind of crazy shit. Okay, so there's really just like no telling. There's really no telling. But there were two different kinds of knives being looked for, serrated and fixed, different kinds of sheaths being looked at. So I don't know. The rest of this doesn't give me any pause. Honestly, it really doesn't. This part right here, I just wish we had a little bit more context for, because this could be innocent, but I don't like it. That's just what it is. And until, I get some information on this, I'm going to say I don't like it. But you know what? I also said I didn't like his porn searches. I also said I had a big problem with what he was looking up. And then we found out that it was only like maybe 2 to 3 searches max, and that he was doing research for sexual burglary. And we heard the interview with the professor. So he definitely had a reason to be looking up certain things, because that's what he was looking at. And that's what his papers were on. And it wasn't a constant. It was like literally a handful, less than a handful of searches. So that doesn't bother me anymore. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. It was only 2 or 3 times for a report, for paperwork, because he was taking a class by a woman whose specialty was sexual violence and sexual burglaries. So it makes sense to me in that aspect. If there was more than just a couple of searches, then it would be a huge issue. But 2 or 3 around the same exact time frame that a paper was being written, that doesn't really bother me at all. Not for what he's studying. Not for what he's studying. I need it to be I need more than 2 or 3 searches for it to give me pause. More than 2 or 3 searches and you have a history of it, then we have an issue. 2 or 3 searches and you wrote a paper because that was an assignment due that week, then I don't have a problem. But I just need some explanation for the 1115. And really, honestly, I'll be totally honest here. One of the main reasons why it does look kind of funny, other than the date itself, is because there's also this ginormous break. They're not really giving us anything here either. And I just really feel like this information, I feel like there's more in between here. I know that he was using Amazon more than this. I know that he was using Amazon more than this. So there has to be a lot missing. I'm going to message Connor and ask him for the verbiage of the way that he requested this, because they only sent March and then these like November and then 12/6 thing. Well, but he didn't search replacement sheath. One of the sheaths just happened to say in the title replacement because it's sold by itself as a single item. You know what I mean? As a single item. The thing about the vitamins that I don't understand, though, is that they're trying to tell us that they did the mock order from his past orders, but then the one that he, whatever brought in, it's like a different brand. You know what I mean? It's a different brand. Like we have one in a Ziploc bag that looks like it was the one that was taken from the back of the car. And then when they ordered the other supplements, they're like a completely different brand. So I need them to explain that. Yeah, I use a VPN for everything. I have a VPN on right now that puts me in Los Angeles. My phone has a VPN that puts me in Nevada. My son has a VPN that puts him in New Orleans. Every single device in my house has a VPN that has a different location. VPNs don't bother me. I literally have sponsors of this channel. I have an older sponsor and a new sponsor upcoming that I'm still doing an ad that I still need to do my segment for, that both have VPNs on them. And I also have a referral in my description box for NordVPN. So I use NordVPN on some things. I use my Aura VPN on some things. I now use my new sponsors VPN on some things. VPNs are common. One of my sponsors even gives you a way to create a profile that gives you fake credit cards numbers and stuff to use, so that you can create a credit card number for your purchases that's connected to your bank account through a secure area, but you don't give your actual bank account information over to the companies that you're purchasing things from. And then you just go in and you delete the temporary card number whenever you're done. That way that you only make the one-time purchase and nobody can steal your information or try to drain your bank account after that. I use Proton Mail for email. Yeah, I don't use their VPN, but I do use their email service. I have 2 emails with Proton. Now, I do know that there's some information missing here, and I'm really hoping that they give the rest of it, because I want to see the entire history, and I really just want the receipts. Like, I want the receipts the way that Bronx Tales got the receipts for the duplicate purchases. Let me go back to that. See, I want this from his account. I want this from his account. I want the dates that the things were created. This says June 2nd. And again, we also are like, there's still a huge question here of why are y'all buying this in June after the grand jury, but y'all have some sort of sample sheath or whatever that you were using for the grand jury. So where'd that come from? Where'd that come from? And see what I mean? Like, these are in a Ziploc bag. This tells me this is probably a used item. A used item. And then we have the one that they purchased. It's not even the same brand. This one is Garden of Life. Doctor formulated vegan DHA, brain and heart health, 400 milligram. This one is vegan D3 plus K2 dietary supplement formulated with organic coconut oil, 125 micrograms, 100 micrograms of these different things, 120 vegan soft shells, 30 soft gels. See what I mean? Why are they different? Why are they different? I want to know, I want the purchase history information for whatever was used in the grand jury. I just need more information. I just need more information. But I also, again, I don't see anything being deleted. I see multiple different things being searched for. I see multiple different kinds of weapons, multiple different kinds of sheaths. That sword one's kind of crazy. It actually has my attention. Like, I might actually buy that damn thing. I'm not even kidding. I really kind of like that damn sword. I think it would look fabulous in my living room. I'm not even kidding. I like that damn sword. So I wonder if he bought the sword. But I also just question, like, why in the actual shit are we supposed to sit here and believe that a man that was versed in cloud-based forensics and wanted to help a town that he felt was maybe not versed in cloud-based forensics, do stuff with cloud-based forensics, be so stupid as to use a weapon that he purchased on Amazon? Like, I'm not even kidding. That's the most ridiculous shit. And then the phone already, we were like, okay, well, he left his apartment and left his phone on and it tracked him. And then he turned it off later. And it's even worse now because they're saying that the phone was on the network for an additional 7 minutes. So this smart man who's doing all these things, that's a threat basically to some of these professors because they are threatened by his intelligence is how it seems. He decided to just keep on going. Even after he left the house with the phone on, drove with the phone on so he could track his movements, and that shit doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. He can't be a complete fucking idiot and a damn, genius at the same time. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there are people, and I know people that are very book smart and have no damn common sense at all. But this goes beyond that. You're driving your actual car that your mama gave you. You have your phone on when you're driving around in the neighborhoods and shit. Like, I'm sorry, no, it's not for anything other than he's driving through the damn town and happens to hit a damn tower. It's just too much. There's just no freaking way you're going to tell me that there's all these things, but he's also this person. He knows how to clean up a crime scene. He's so freaking smart because he wrote this paper, but he did all this really fucking stupid shit. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No. And we also know that he does have street smarts because he had an addiction for a while to heroin, okay? As a teenager. You know the kind of street smart you have to have in that kind of world to be able to manipulate that kind of world, to be able to manipulate being able to go and get a ride to go and pick up your drug of choice without the person that's driving you to even know. You know the kind of street smarts you have to have for that? Home Dude does have street smarts. See, we seem to forget the way he was as a teenager. He does. He very much does have street smarts, as well as being very freaking book smart. His autism may hinder him in certain ways. He might be socially awkward, not really know how to make friends because he's difficult to maybe get along with in person. But when it comes to the way that his brain works, he's intellectually smart and he survived a heroin addiction. He has both, in my opinion, just from what we've heard. There's no freaking way this man at almost 30 freaking years old and living all of these different versions of life since a teenager, dealing with all of the things that he dealt with over that decade of time. Amazon purchase weapon, car, phone, all traceable. Like, come on, I'm sorry. None of this works. Like, it really just doesn't work. I don't know what else to say other than the shit doesn't work. I need something better. So I mean, I want this to go to trial so bad. They need to lay out all their cards. And if I have to eat crow at the end of the day, I told you guys, I've been ready to do that this entire time. Every single time something comes out, I'm looking for something. And at the end of the day, everything that I maybe felt kind of weird about always ends up getting erased. Because there's a reason. It makes sense later. This is stupid. I need more than this. I need more. I need more. But I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here and try to get some more of the footage done before I'm ready to go to bed. Thank you for coming in here and looking at this with me, because I really, I really am just trying to figure stuff out. Really just trying to figure stuff out. That's all I want to do is figure stuff out. That's it. That's all I want to do. So tomorrow morning, I am going to do my UFO live over on my second channel, and then we'll be over here to go over, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm done. I think I'm maybe about like halfway done through it. It's just that, again, when I'm putting screenshots in of all of the timestamps of Dylan's Snapchat messages going back and forth, and her Indeed and her Instagram and all that stuff, it's like bogging down the editor because I'm having to put in so many different screenshots. So I'm having to do it in segments. I really thought that I was going to have it done in time to go live tonight. Obviously things happen for a reason, and I was over here editing and happened to just be looking over on YouTube as the part was coming out because it was just meant to be that way. I don't know. But I'm glad we got a chance to look through this. This is important information. And again, I don't see anything that says he went to go delete anything. I can't find a single thing that tells me you can delete anything. It doesn't show that he was archiving any of the purchases either. So not only do I want an explanation for the 1115 part, because I'm still questioning why he'd be randomly looking at that, even though it's a past purchase, it's still a question. I still have a bunch of questions for all of the rest of it too. I need somebody who knows this to come out and explain it, but it doesn't need to be some freaking FBI agent named Michael Douglas. He can go sit his ass down somewhere. I need somebody who doesn't have any skin in the game to come out and explain this. And maybe somebody who works for Amazon or somebody who maybe used to work for Amazon will see this and be like, hey, I can maybe explain a couple things. Well, let's go. Let's explain some things away because, yeah, all these URLs and things, I don't see anything suspicious. I mean, I don't see any deletes, archives, repurchases, anything like that. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Lots to do. UFO stuff over here. And then we're going to trash out to some Gypsy Rose jail calls. And when I tell you some of these calls are illegal, that's not an exaggeration. Be prepared because seriously, some of these people need some charges for the kind of shit that they're talking about in these jail calls. That's not a joke. That's really not even a joke. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a super, super great night. Thank you so much for coming in here and going over this stuff with me today. And thank you to Connor for getting these and putting these out here. Thank you so much for the 199 strawberry fields. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for all these little gems, you guys. And again, thank you so much for the super stickers and the super chats, the gifted memberships, those who joined on their own, and most importantly for you guys, it's time. I know it was super late, super last minute. I was not expecting to see anything to make me jump on here and discuss anything. I was totally fine sitting in my damn chair and editing the rest of the night, but it is what it is. Now I'm back to editing. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a super, super great night. Let me make sure that I have my outro out here. There it is right there. All right, you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. See y'all.